We're still not done because we have one more thing to talk about. Breaking a couple hours before we started recording this, we got some news about the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie, and depending on your outlook on it, it might be okay or it might suck. Because guess who the big bad of this movie is? Cue the Pantera! Broly confirmed!
Oh, I was gonna say Vic Mignogna, but I couldn't think of his name fast enough.
Okay, alright. Okay, like, honestly, before we even get started the discussion, let's pray for Vic Mignogna's vocal cords, because that man is going to be suffering so hard.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I never feel like I've ever seen anybody quite regret a, decision as much as Vic has, solely on the grounds that, that actually hurts him, and he's in every video game.
I think he actually mentioned once that whenever he has to do Broly, he gets a phone call and the first thing he ever hears is, "I'm sorry, Vic."
That's amazing.
So why is this happening? Well, the short version is Akira Toriyama is pulling a maximum overdrive. He just wants to do Broly right after seeing the other Broly movies.
Yeah, I think he said an editor or someone mentioned it to him, and I think it was he forgot Broly existed. Someone mentioned it, and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll do this over."
Which, I'm gonna be honest, the idea of starting fresh with Broly is appealing to me.
Yeah.
Solely because there is what exists of that character is so nothing, and it's so jarring compared to this character arc.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he is this menacing, hulking, monstrous murder machine, and the reason he hates, he loathes, he vilely despises Son Goku with every fiber of his being is that he cried so much as a baby. That's comic gold and so dumb. I just think of Team 4 Stars movie where it's well, he cried a lot for 3 hours, but that's really dumb. But he's so cool though. But that's so dumb.
I will say this much. Broly. There's so little to Broly that you can kind of only go upward from what already exists. But on the other hand, I really don't care for Broly. The first Broly movie is it's not great, but it's
Broly
okay.
the Legendary Super Saiyan is a fun movie.
Okay, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan is an okay movie. The sequels, the second movie is kind of a shrug. Bio Broly is actively garbage.
Bio Broly is so bad. It is the only piece of Dragon Ball Z movie. It is the only movie that is never brought up in any Dragon Ball Z media or video game.
It's hot garbage.
What?
Lord Slug.
Lord Slug had mentions. Lord Slug had video game appearances. Bio Broly, they repress. But for real. You could if Toriyama could actually do something interesting with Broly, I'm going to be very happy with that. And I'm just going to say this right now. If they treat this like this is the first time they are meeting Broly, that is the correct move. That is the correct move. If they act like, oh hey, that's Broly again, everything.
Well, here's a question, because I didn't even get this far in the sub of Super.
Yes.
When Goku and Vegeta fused there, did they treat that as if it had not happened before? I forget what method they actually even ended up
I believe
using.
it was the Patara earrings.
Okay, them doing the fusion dance. Them doing the fusion dance is non-canonical. The Patara earrings are.
Yeah.
And which one was in Super?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the earrings in Super.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, fair enough.
So that still is non-canonical, even though Gochita's cooler. You, fight me. But point being, if they treat this like this is the first time they've met Broly, I'm gonna be happy. If they treat it like, oh hey, it's Broly again, you, regardless. That being said, this movie is going to look so damn gorgeous, and if I see another damn trailer, I think like I literally can't handle it because it's just gonna look really, really good.
Let me throw either a really terrible or a really awesome idea out there.
Shoot.
Super Saiyan God Broly.
Okay. You know what? I want to be mad. I want to be angry at the idea that there is more Broly, and the idea that Broly could get a new dumb form is going to be terrible and stupid. But the inner 12-year-old fan fiction obsessed motherfucker in me is actually really excited. I see all the from the Super Dragon Ball Heroes promotionals, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I want that.
I still hate that there are so many cool things from Dragon Ball Heroes that they've not done anything with in a more substantial thing.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see like Super Saiyan 3 future Trunks. Like that was awesome.
At this point, you're already like borrowing from the old series anyway. Do some wild with it.
And I mean, for what it's worth, I really like this GT. We're treating the GT like it exists, even if it's in like some fake anime type. I don't even know what they're doing. It's just it's cool.
Heroes. Heroes seems cool, but as far as like Broly getting a new transformation goes, honestly, I never got the whole legendary Super Saiyan thing to begin with. So the idea of him getting another weird form is just kind of sounds annoying to me.
Also, what's the status of Bardock at this point?
Dead.
Yes.
They've retconned Bardock so hard because he used to be an evil guy. Now he's been retconned to be.
He is an evil guy.
I
know what you're
talking about. What needs to happen is future Trunks needs to have some bullshit reason to take his time machine back to the time when Broly realizes that he's the legendary Super Saiyan of legend. And with that Frieza ancestor, and then they bring him to the present for no reason, and then a whole bunch of shenanigans. You know that this is stuff that they could do if they really wanted, and it'd be ridiculous.
You know what I'm still angry about what Super did that was such a missed opportunity in regards to Trunks? It's one of my favorite things that they did in the Dragon Ball Multiverse fan comic, which is just, in that universe, Trunks finds Jiro's lab and revives Android 16, and he becomes an ally and helps like with the future. I really, really wish they would have done that in Super. Like, they've used ideas from Multiverse before. They have literally like an entire planet of Namekians fuse into some warriors in regards to Universe 6, so I really wish.
Interesting.
Okay. I see all of that, and I raise you with this. Ultra Instinct Broly. The world isn't ready for that much burly sex appeal.
I kind of.
But I am.
Like, I want to be mad. I know Broly is a dumb character. I know he's a shallow character. I know he's overrated. I know he's overmarketed. But damn it, if that isn't something I want. That's what I want at this point. I want Dragon Ball to either like commit to being too dumb or like it doesn't go far enough sometimes. It toys with these, but it also protects.
Let's just ignite the gas, let it burst in flames, and just enjoy the view. At this point, that's all we've got.
Let's just go crazy, because Frieza's already in this movie too, by the way, so let's just get all the warriors. Let's make everything happen. Just give me everything my damn inner 12-year-old wants. I don't care anymore.
At this point, by pretty much literal definition, anything the franchise does is fan service for people that aren't brand new for the show.
Like, this is both fan service and also Sakuga porn in the making, so you know what? I want it. I want it. I don't care. I want it. That being said, maybe if you don't have to get somebody else to be Broly, if this is a new Broly, free Vic Mignogna from his curse. Not that he's a bad Broly, not that I don't think he's a good fit for the character, just so he can finally have peace.
Oh, I just got a really bad idea.
What?
Bryce Papenbrook is Broly.
You, I want
Johnny
it.
Youngbosh.
You, I want that. If I could get the Eren Yeager level of, like, hulking titan screams from Broly, I want it.
Boy.
You. I don't care if this makes sense anymore. I want the world. I want my dumb fanfic bullshit. I know I should be better. I know I should want better. I know I should demand better. I know I should actually expect Toei to do something and try to be creative instead of just reusing characters and things that are so overmarketed and oversaturated. But damn it, I kind of want this.
Sometimes you just want the cavities.
I want all of those cavities, and I want to feel like I'm 12 again because the world sucks and is cold and dark, and I want some dumb bullshit to make me feel alive again.
Hey, I'm still hoping that Toei and Funimation will somehow dub those Dragon Ball specials that have been out for years.
Oh, they're never happening. Let's be real here.
Never.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. I would just like it.
Look, as the further away you keep the Bardock Legendary Super Saiyan Special away from me, the better.
Well, I guess don't go to that theatrical screening. And
No, not that one.
You mean
that's the good
Yo
one.
Son Goku and Friends?
Yeah, I think that's the one everyone wants.
I'm talking about the literal special that was like a 20-minute OVA, which was an alternate universe.
Oh, episode of Bardock.
That's what it's called. It's terrible, and it's
not
awful.
really that bad. I mean, some of the character designs are kind of dumb.
They're dumb, and it's literally like ruins what makes Bardock interesting. I like Super Saiyan Bardock, but it ruins kind of what makes Bardock interesting.
By the way, unpopular opinion, the versions of the Dragon Ball Z movies with the American rock soundtracks are my favorite.
I don't even disagree with you, but that's not what we're gonna get from Toei Animation.
No,
I'm just saying.
We should get some Pantera.
I'm just saying, like the version, my go-to version of Cooler's Revenge is that original dub version with all the drowning pool. I can't. It goes so well in my opinion. Like the one when they aired it on Toonami a few years ago, it just felt so hollow, to me at least.
Alright. But yeah, I said my piece on this. It's just, I'm really glad Broly might become a character now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in a mindset where part of me kind of feels like I sort of wish like they'd forgotten about Broly entirely. I mean, we had.
I liked the idea of turning Broly into a yandere lesbian.
Yeah. I feel like we had a female Broly, so I thought that was their acknowledgement of like, okay, here's a Broly. Now we're not missing Broly ever again, but apparently they are. So yeah.
We got some details regarding the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and right off the bat, oh my god, that trailer looks beautiful.
Oh my god, that trailer looks so good.
Indeed.
I'm ready to see that in theaters, and it'll be coming to the theaters in January, so a 1 month turnaround. Not too bad considering the last two movies.
So, let me just say right now, before I get more into my thoughts and my fanboyisms, I just want to take a second to commend Christopher Aries and how much of a damn trooper this man is. That was him doing the trailer, by the way, with the Frieza voice. Like, they confirmed that was him. And according to Sabbath, he only really had like 15% lung capacity, but he still wanted to do it. And like,
wow,
dude, this is something, the fact that he's like so passionate, he's like, I want to do this. I want to keep the consistency and work on doing this character still, if as I am physically able to. And like, thank you, Funimation and Chris, for being so patient with me, regardless. And I'm like, no, thank you, Chris. You are spectacular, and that's not easy to do. Damn it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good person.
yeah, that's commendable, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the waterworks are out, let's talk about Broly's
Yes. That thing is massive. He's got that energy, if you know what I mean.
the biggest energy.
Yeah, and on a more serious note, we now
His
know...
energy is maximum.
It's pretty crazy if you think about it that we have an English dubbed trailer for this as soon as we do.
Well,
If you're done with your jokes,
I'm never gonna be done with my
I got one more. I'm expecting a lot more artists on Patreon to work with this, but yeah, anyway.
Also, I just want to say, like, the premise, I don't know what they're gonna do or where they're gonna go with this. I saw some people implying there's a certain shot in this trailer that might canonize Dragon Ball Minus to the detriment of some people's opinions of it. Do people know what Dragon Ball Minus is?
is that the Goku mom?
That's the Goku mom thing, yes.
I don't think I read it, but
more
I
or
am
less
aware of it.
kind of confirming the fact that, like, Bardock is more or less like a kind-hearted Saiyan, and like with Gine, and they're the ones that send Goku off in his pod to Earth instead of like the original special, which is like f***ing Bardock really didn't give a shit about his kid. And it's however much you're into Bardock that bugs you. That said, they could do some interesting stuff with Broly, or at least make him interesting. I'm more surprised that Paragus is canon, because I was not expecting Paragus to be canon, who has a much more drastic design. He looks gray, his hair is super gray, he's got his tail, and he's wearing a skirt on his Frieza uniform, which I'm all...
It's unisex and it's in right.
We'll get to
Yeah, I'm wondering how they'll read to their introduction, because that was the one thing that kind of bothered me about the original Broly movie. It was just kind of like, oh, hey, there's no more Saiyans, and no one's like, wait, why are there more Saiyans?
They might be implying that Broly is a test tube baby. They may be implying Broly is a test tube baby, which...
Weird.
Very weird. And I never took Frieza to be a pro-lifer.
Okay.
And that is about as far as we are going to go with that.
Okay, reeling this back in, we know a little bit more about the movie itself, where it takes place. It's set after, I guess you could say, the end of Super.
It's the end of Super.
More of a continuation, which is pretty cool. And it will have, yes, Golden Frieza in there. And if the trailer is anything to go by, it's going to look so good in theaters. But I sense some really big salts in the fact that this is going to be airing in theaters dubbed first and not with subtitles.
Okay, so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. One, always blame Toei. I understand people are upset at Funimation right now because of that. Always blame Toei, because I actually believe full-heartedly they thought this was going to they were going to air both. I honestly think they did think that, and that was not like that was not a slip up. That was them getting told quite some time after, what the f*** do you mean you're airing the subbed movie? No, you're not. No, you're not.
Hey, I have a question. If we have access to this information in hand, Has any Dragon Ball movie aired in theaters subbed in the
it
US
hasn't.
before?
I mean,
didn't think so.
I mean, literally, if it were any other franchise, I would sympathize with. Like, it's Dragon Ball. Like okay, don't get me wrong. There's obviously an audience for the sub version. I mean, a lot of people have come onto the sub version since Super, but it's Dragon Ball. Most people are familiar with that dub. That's what's going to draw the biggest audience. It makes sense to go with the dub.
I get it too. It's just, I guess having the option is still nice.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I mean, hey, so long as the sub version is still there in home video, that's kind of all that really matters.
With music by
Okay, I mean, not gonna talk about that, but the one thing that did kind of bother me about the trailer is that the music for that trailer was like that felt very Americanized.
That strikes me.
That's not in the movie.
Like, so far, I don't even think they finished dubbing the movie. They dubbed that trailer specifically, which makes me think they got the visuals. Work with this.
Yeah, like, I'm hoping that's all that is, and that's not, like, actual music that would be in the movie, because that would kind of suck. So.
Yeah. It sounds like the kind of music you put on a YouTube video to avoid the copyright bots.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been, Imagine Dragons. Or, a really, really, really emotional cover of a sad song.
Or Coheed and Cambria or something like that.
Hey, Coheed and Cambria is awesome.
I'm saying I would have liked that. Or man, I'm still bummed nobody considered like a System of a Down song for the early Dragon Ball movies. It would have been...
Just where I go into like a tangent on how much I actually love those versions of those movies.
We don't have time for that.
Music.
We don't have time for that.
Anyways,
fine, I'll leave it in
Broly's
a
a big energy is going to destroy the polar ice caps.
Like, I went out of my way to make sure that I got the DVD versions that actually had that music on there for most.
We have some movie news to talk about. Starting with the premiere date of the Dragon Ball Super Broly film. It will be coming to theaters across the US and Canada on January 16th, and there will be a world premiere of the dub at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood on December 13th. And yes, good old Vic Mignogna is back as Broly. God help his throat.
You know what? Let us all take a moment to pray. Let us all take a moment to pray for this man's vocal cords.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm starting to think that this may prove that Vic Mignogna is secretly just a masochist. Like, at this point, it's like, you hate it and you complain, but at the end of the day, you still come back. I think you just really like it. I think the role of Broly is really rubbing off of him, and he's gone full on like masochist, and it's just like, oh yeah, step on me more, Toei. My vocal cords more.
I just recall hearing this. I don't know. I just recall hearing a story where he apparently said like every time he gets called for Broly, like he gets a phone call and the first thing he hears is Vic, I'm sorry.
Look, at some point Chris Sabat just sort of came over, gave him like a personal foot massage or something, being like, okay, look, now that you've had that, let's talk. But also, interestingly enough, they got Damian Clark back to be Paragus as well, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that's a big surprise.
I was kind of surprised about that too, but yeah, I guess they wanted the consistency, even though this character was probably very different. Like, he's gray-haired and he's basically wearing a dress, probably because he's a subservient Saiyan under Frieza's rule in this canon, it looks like. Also, we got new characters who are voiced in Japanese by Tomokazu Suzuka and Nana Mizuki. So, be interesting to see who plays them in English. But, yeah, no, look, like I said, at this point, I think we all know this is a very, very stupid idea, but I kind of am in love with my bullshit fanfiction soft reset canon, and I'm kind of all here for this animation, so as long as I'm having a good time, and it looks good, and it's not just actually the dumbest thing ever, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It has a chance to be something, which I think we're all for.
The actual twist is GT was canon the whole time.
No, okay. I think of it this way. It can't be worse than Bio Broly. I mean, it can, but it probably won't be.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you.
Worse than Bio Broly.
I physically don't think this movie is capable of being worse than Bio Broly. I genuinely, physically do not believe anything can ever top the shitness that is Bio Broly. Aside from maybe Broly Second Coming, which, in hindsight...
that wasn't good either, but that was at least tolerable. Bio Broly was just kill me.
Lord Slug wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Okay, look, there's a couple of Dragon Ball movies that just aren't great, but there's a couple that are at least pretty fun.
I will defend Second Coming solely for the fact that it has some very good Gohan Sakuga, okay? He looks good in that movie. Bio Broly, though, that can piss off. That is just hot garbage all day.
Both movies feature little boys pissing.
Now, if we're talking about the versions of these movies with the American rock music...
This is correct. This is a correct phrase I have just said. I know you're groaning. I know there's that awkward silence. That is a thing that happened.
I know. Like, you're actually not wrong. I recall enough of those movies to know you're not wrong.
Broly gets pissed on. Broly gets pissed on by Trunks. This happened. This is a thing that happened. Your Broly movie had waterworks, kids.
We call it sports, by the way.
Water sport. Thank you for telling me what piss fetish is actually called. Thank you, Alex.
Anyway.
Look, in my defense, Cell basically invented Vor.
And
what
he
are
did
we
it
even
his
talking
way.
I mean, why not? After all, it was good old Rocky who invented Yandere, so I mean, hey.
Who invented Yandere?
That would be Hero Rocky.
Did he? Wait, yeah. Kinda. You think Broly's going to surpass this in terms of money?
Probably.
I think if anything could.
If anything could, it would be.
So, I guess we'll just end this show with a brief discussion about the new Broly trailer that dropped. Which,
How do you like Dragon Ball Minus, friends?
I have no comment.
Okay, here's what Dragon Ball Minus is. Dragon Ball Minus... Actually, I think I have it. Give me a second. I need to check. I need to check something.
Yeah.
Yep, it's here. Okay. It's in the back of my copy of Jocko the Galactic Patrolman. Here's what Dragon Ball Minus is. Dragon Ball Minus is effectively a retcon of what happens to Bardock and them sending Goku away. Dragon Ball Minus introduces, Goku's mother, Gine, who is, a more passive Saiyan. Bardock really likes her, and they both send Goku away, together, instead of just him flying away like that. And also the fact that Goku is apparently not a baby in this. So, some pretty hard retconning there.
Yeah, and there are some other interesting additions in this trailer, such as King Cold.
Pink Frieza! Frieza with his out.
And apparently, a rather interesting echo to a scene from, of all things, surprise, surprise, Superman. As in, the shot where Kal-El gets sent to Earth.
Dude, that's what I was telling you, is that that was from Dragon Ball Minus, and Toriyama essentially just decided, let's just straight up make Goku more like Superman than he was already.
So, yeah, that's probably going to rattle some people in a bad way.
I'm sure, but damn it, this movie is the best I think Dragon Ball's ever looked, and I don't care. I'm really excited.
This does, in a way, feel like it's going to be a culmination of the entire franchise in a weird way, sort of like an amalgamation of all the elements from the past and the current.
I'll say this. It seems like the change they've made for Broly is that Broly was basically put on, like, an extremely survival of the fittest dog-eat-dog world by himself as a child, and that makes a lot more sense for him being feral and angry crazy than just, Goku cried and I couldn't sleep for like 3 hours.
Oh, God, yeah. Point in his favor, we're going to get a much better and stronger character out of this.
Or at least a character that is just not as silly. I'm just hoping, either way, it's going to be a cool movie, and I don't know if I'll like it as much as My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, but it'll still be a fun experience. It's going to look good.
Yeah.
And...
So here's what I want to ask. Resurrection F made over $8 million in its box office run here in the U.S. Will the Broly movie surpass that, and by how much?
See, I want to know if My Hero 2 Heroes will be able to surpass that. I don't think it will, but I think it will come close.
If it makes $1 million more tonight and Saturday, it still wouldn't match $8 million. It would be 7, but it wouldn't surpass Resurrection F. Still,
okay.
Though, a high enough domestic gross.
A well-earned silver medal. And I do believe that Broly could potentially be more than that, to do more, because there is less time between the Japanese release and our release. It is 1 month. 1 month. So that'll be something.
Mm-hmm. To round out this monstrous show, we have another set of announcements for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. New characters with voice actors. In the role of Gine, Goku's mother, we have Emily Neves?
Emily Neves.
Neves.
It's Neves.
Thank you. Yeah. Emily Neves. In the role of Chilai, Erica Lindbeck.
Lindbeck. And
sorry.
Holy sh**. I kind of wanted to see a whole movie that is just her and Christopher Sabat bantering and interacting with one another, because I feel like that would probably be equally as entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyways,
worth noting, Paragus is played by Damian Clark,
as was confirmed prior.
Yes. Limo is voiced by a man named Bruce Carey.
I'm not familiar with him.
Of the character of Kikono is voiced by Sonny Franks.
Another name I'm actually very unfamiliar with. I need to look up some of these.
And in the role of Barry Blue, I'm not making this up, Veronica Taylor. Ash Ketchum herself.
Another thing worth noting, by the way, this is not the only Dragon Ball related announcement involving her.
Right.
Because she is a central fighter in Universe 2 in the Tournament of Power arc, apparently. She is Riberon, who is basically the main magical girl transforming person.
Yeah. It's all too fitting, isn't it?
Oh, man. Yeah, I just find it fascinating that she is both characters.
Mm-hmm. But that's not all, because if for some reason you haven't been paying attention to pretty much the entirety of the franchise, yes, Gogeta confirmed for this movie. Go nuts,
I want to
fanboys.
talk. Okay, let me add this. Can I, okay. I'm not upset that this is in the movie. I'm actually very happy this is in the movie, because this is my 13-year-old fanfic, basically made to be the most gorgeous art piece there ever is or will be. I'm mad that I literally could not have waited. Like, look, I understand Japanese release, it'd be hard to avoid this. 2 weeks before it came out in Japan. Really? You couldn't have waited, like,
2 weeks to advertise your toys and your games?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
Come on, you guys.
Funimation
That being
helps.
said... Well, okay, look, it was not Funimation. It was not Funimation that made the call. They were just there already working on it. Somebody at Bandai Namco decided, let's just show off that Gogeta's in this movie, despite that being the climax. It's like, and I wouldn't even be upset if just they show footage of the climax. Like, are you for real? Why?
Yeah.
That being said,
Bring it on, everybody. Bring it on.
On perhaps a less controversial opinion note, I feel it is worth mentioning, and something I was personally very happy to see, is they have listed Christopher Ayers as reprising Frieza.
Yes, that's very important and very good.
Yeah, I believe this was also known prior to now, but Christopher Ayers is very much still reprising the role of Frieza, because not only is that going to be relevant for the movie, we are almost at those episodes in Dragon Ball Super where he will be stepping back into the foray, and he's still doing surgery and stuff, and he's still fighting, and he's still a badass. Christopher Ayers is a goddamn fighter. He's a trooper, and he's going through a lot of surgery and stuff. He's making recovery. That man is a trooper and a fighter, and damn it, I'm still glad he gets the chance to be Frieza.
Hear, hear.
And worst case scenario, like, if he's not able to do certain lines, Damon Mills has proven to be a very, very acceptable voice match to him.
So yeah, the movie comes out to theaters here in the States on January 16th. I'm sure we're all going to see it, and I'm sure we're all going to talk about it.
Tickets are coming out on December 11th, which is annoying because I want to plan a trip I'm going to take in Florida, but I also want to go see that in theaters with my friends first.
I'm going to see it too. I just wish AMC A-List could pay for the tickets.
Yeah, that is a bit butt.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I suppose that will do it for this. The hell was that?
Nothing.
I suppose that will do it for this rather packed and fiery and eventful and new.